Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 to 3. Let's start our devotion today, turning to that passage and finishing up the topic of the future stage and the topic of salvation. We have learned so much together, and I think that this is one of the most important things that we have to hold on to throughout your entire journey and throughout your entire walk with Christ. So come with me to Hebrews chapter 12. I'm going to read verse 1 to 3. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out before us. Let us fix our eyes on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy set before him endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinful men, so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. Jesus is the one way to salvation, and that's period blank. Like, that is just it. That is the statement. He is it, the one way. No other way to the Father except through Jesus Christ. But Jesus is written here to have said that he endured the cross and he scorned its shame. He kept his eye fixated on God, and he kept his eye fixated on the plan and the race that was set before him. He very clearly knew the path that was set before him. He very clearly understood the race that was marked out for him. And now, because he decided that that was greater than what anybody else could do to him, it says, consider him who endured such opposition from sinful men. He endured it, and he faced the opposition from sinful men and from a sinful world. He endured it because the whole time he kept his eye fixated on the race that God dictated for him. And now, because of that, he sits at the right hand of the throne of God. So you and I can learn so much from Jesus right in this passage. Your goal is always the future stage. Your goal is eternal life. That is what you are always looking towards. While you are getting an education, getting a job, building a home, building your family, doing everything that must be done, it is always with the goal of Jesus. It is always with the goal of eternal life. It is always with the goal of God in front of you. And that's why Paul advised us, and he said, encourage and comfort one another with these words, so that we do not grow weary and we do not lose heart, because every day this world is going to come at you and try to bring you down. That's why if you jump down to verse 7, it says, endure hardship as discipline. God is treating you as sons. For what son is not disciplined by his father? The thing that you and I have to hold on to in this topic of salvation is that all present warnings, the discipline that comes from the Bible, the instruction that comes from the Bible, even the passages that are written of punishment for sin, is something that we should take heed to. We should take heed towards that so we do not forfeit the final stage of salvation. If you'd come with me to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 to verse 27. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore, I do not run like a man running aimlessly. I do not fight like a man beating the air. No, I beat my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified for the prize. This is what is so important for us to remember as we run. And we have visited this passage before. We are not running aimlessly. No, we run like Jesus. We run like Jesus, who knew the path that was set before him, and he ran according to that path. And he did the exact thing that the Father sent him here to do, and he obtained the reward that was set for him. because he was able to follow the plan and the will of God. So we need to learn from Jesus. We do not run aimlessly. We do not fight beating the air. No, we beat our body into listening to what the Father says. It is hard. That is a strong word that Paul uses to say, I beat my body. But he does, and he makes it slave so that he is not disqualified from the prize, because everything we do should be with the future stage in mind, and everything that we listen to and take heed towards should make sure that we do not forfeit that final stage of salvation.